When people think of March Madness, they think of NCAA basketball. When I think of March Madness, I think of bourbon hunting. Hi, I'm Road Trip Pete. Welcome to the channel, and this is my March Madness Bourbon Haul. So I've got some bourbons, have some ryes, as well as some whiskeys that I'd like to share with you. I usually do this every month. I've done it for December, January, February. This is March, so we're keeping up with a tradition. A little bit of housekeeping. Picked up a bottle of 13th Colony. Picked it up last month though, and the reason, or for some reason, I didn't show it in last month's video, so I just wanted to show it. It's not available in my area. Got this in Kentucky. This month in March, they released a special release. It was 13th Colony. I think it was a single barrel with maple staves. So I was involved in a lottery. Unfortunately, as it goes, I never win these things, but we'll see what happens on the next time around, and hopefully we'll pick something up cool from them. So 13th Colony, picked that up last month, and I heard it's excellent. So we'll start with, found this actually on the shelf at one of the liquor stores I visit, a John Bowman single barrel. Been pretty selective this month, but I couldn't pass this up. I don't see these very often, so I grabbed a John Bowman. Sazerac, I believe, owns these folks. They have quite a following. I'm trying to find like a foolproof or barrel strength that they have out. Haven't been able to find one. I see the small batches, and on occasion I'll see these, so I grabbed the John Bowman single barrel. Let's see. Looks like Buffalo Trace had a drop. Whenever I see these, special reserve, inexpensive, great bottle, great pour. Always grab one. And a couple of days later, once again, Buffalo Trace, found a Eagle Rare. I always get these if I see them. I don't see them very often, but lately, it just depends when they drop. MSRP, fairly inexpensive. I still can't get one at the distillery for 90 days, so I just found one in the wild. So pretty cool. Been seeing these. Larceny, picked up a C924 at 125 proof. Always a good pour. And with its with its brother, B524. Yeah, C924, and this is the B924, coming in at 125.4 proof. Excellent pours. If you like on the sweeter side with a higher proof, these Larcenys are terrific. End of the bin, picked up a Good Times Robusto. It was a store pick, grabbed this. So real quick, when March started, there were a couple of bottles that I was really looking forward to getting, and boy, I thought I'd be, if I didn't get these bottles, I'd be the whole month would be a complete failure. So I was able to achieve those bottles, so I'm going to share those later on at the end of the video. So hang tight, that's the cliffhanger while we're going through these. Early times, these have been popping up all over the place. Used to be limit one, no limit. They've got multiple cases of these. $25 bottle. Excellent pour for the money. Not necessarily my favorite, but still pretty good. You know, I wouldn't pass these up though, if you can get them. Picked up a High West store pick. This is the Cask Collection, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Barbados rum barrels. Sounds interesting, probably kind of on the sweeter side, I would guess. So 50% alcohol by volume, and so this was end of the bin. So I picked this up just to try it. High West is okay. found a Copper and Kings. This is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in American apple brandy barrels. Sounded interesting for those that like finished bourbon. 111 proof. Got it at a great price, so I can't complain. Under 30 bucks. I've seen these going for 59, so I figured I'd pick up a bottle. So I got a Penelope bourbon, barrel strength, 114 proof, batch number 20. I like Penelope, I like what they do. They have the, picked up a, the wheated bourbon, as well as a Rio, so might as well add this to the collection. So last month I had picked up a bottle of Milden Mills, and why I'm mentioning that is they are out of Nevada and are kind of farm to glass. And when you think of Nevada, you think of casinos, desert. You don't think of farms. You think of Area 51, brothels, and I guess bourbon now. And Milden Mills, grain to glass, they do their own stuff. Reason I mention it today is because Frey Ranch was not available in our area, so I picked up the next best thing in my mind was the Milden Mills. And as soon as I released my video, I found Frey Ranch. So it was kind of funny, it's kind of strange. So these distilleries are putting Nevada on the map for bourbon. So I got the Frey Ranch straight bourbon and its cousin, the straight rye. So I thought that was kind of cool. And just like right after I released the video, like 2 days later, I went hunting and sure enough, there it is. So got the Frey Ranch, kind of excited. First time I've seen them in my area. So there must be opening up distribution here in the Chicagoland, Illinois area. So Frey Ranch, and I heard great things about these folks. Went bourbon hunting with a good friend from work. Not a lot going on. At the time we went, so just figured I'd pick up a bottle of Old Grandad, the Bonded 100. I like the Old Grandad 114, so I don't think I've tried the Bonded. So we'll give this a shot, and had to pick something out. I mean, for goodness sakes, we went bourbon hunting and come home empty-handed with a friend. What are you gonna do? A backup to a backup, one of my favorite pours, the 2XO French Oak. So this is on sale, pick this up. Love this pour, outstanding. Do not pass this up if you see it. Just a big fan. So this is a Benny's store pick. It's a Hirsch. So it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And let's see here. Aged at 4 years, 8 months. Tells you the mash bill, 24% corn, 18 rye, 8% malted whiskey, or 18 malted barley, pardon me. Single barrel, 104.2 proof. So we'll give this a shot. I've never had any Hirsch, but I've heard good things about these folks. And yeah, store pick. I didn't think I could go wrong. Let's see here. Oh. So these dropped in my area. It's a store pick, Copper and Cask. And let's see, 6 year, 59% alcohol by volume. Has the barrel number on there. So filled in July 2016, bottle 2023. So coming in, high proof, what did I say, 59%, what is that, 118? So Copper and Cask. I've had their stuff before. Excellent pour. And they also had a copper and cask cigar blend, which I thought was kind of neat. Coming in at 119 proof, aged 7 years, age statement. Reasonably priced, both of these bottles, so I took a flyer on them. Once again, I've had the copper and cask, so I thought it was actually, for the price, I didn't think I can go wrong with these. So last month I picked up a bullet bottled in bond, and I had mentioned I haven't seen these since. Well, picked up a backup, now they're all over the place. So I guess once distribution hit, now I'm starting to see more and more. Have not opened it yet. Got plenty of bottles to go through. But the bottled in bond, the bullet, what I'm hearing is it's actually very good. Found an interesting bottle. This is the Doc Holiday straight bourbon, aged 7 years. Let's see here. Oh boy, it's real small print. So mash bill, 80% corn, 10% malted corn, 5% rye, 5% malted barley. Let's see if I can find the proof here. It's cask strength. 47%. So what is that? That's under 100, I believe. Kind of a cool presentation. Has the cattle, you know, whatever you call those, the longhorns, and right here on the topper has bullets like for a revolver cartridge from the the old West days. So the Doc Holiday, aged 7 years. Very cool presentation, cool bottle. Looks pretty dark in the bottle, so and kind of oily. So pretty interesting. So we'll be looking forward to giving that a pour. Found something fairly unique. This is OKI Reserve, so it's a blended bourbon whiskey. So it has low rye bourbon, high rye bourbon, 95%, 5% rye whiskey, 9-year rye corn whiskey, 9-year, and light whiskey, 10 years. So it's a blend. I kind of found it interesting. Original fill dates going back to 2007 on some of the barrels. So I think it's NGP juice, I would think. Yeah, it's distilled in Lawrenceburg. Coming in at 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume. We'll put that there. We're starting to run out of room here on the table. And picked up this just came out. It's the Pinhook Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's a blended for Binny's Beverage Depot. It's a 2024 release, so Pinhook. I believe Pinhook was getting their barrels from MGP, and I think now they're using who is it? Castle and Key in Frankfurt. I believe that's correct. So this is, I believe, Castle and Key juice. Very cool facility at Castle and Key. I drove past there, and I think it's the old E.H. Taylor distillery. So a lot of history, real cool buildings, and I just found this interesting. I was struggling to find some bottles. I mean, I think it was 0-9 to all the stores I went. I couldn't find a thing. But then again, I'm trying to be a little bit more selective, trying to find a little bit more special bottles. So I found this, which was kind of neat. And just right down the street from Castle and Key is Glens Creek. And I found the Cafe Ole. And and this is 101 proof, or 101.8 proof, and Glens Creek, right down the road from these folks, from Castle and Key. They make some tremendous stuff. I visited the distillery. Just a great time, very scenic, beautiful, a lot of history in that area. So if you get a chance to go there, I would love to go again if I do get the time. So yeah, it's well worth the trip. So make sure you go over there and tell them Road Trip Pete says hello. So let me go to the second portion of the video. Got a couple of cool bottles to share with you. Actually, some of the bottles that I got. If I didn't get them, like I said earlier, the video would have been a very disappointing video, but I ended it with a high note towards the end of the month. So stay tuned for the next batch of bottles, and we'll see you on the next segment. Okay, back with you for the second segment of the March Madness Bourbon Haul, and let's get to it. So I think I had mentioned there was a stretch of 0 and 9, just not finding anything, and this bottle pretty much kind of broke that streak. It's a Old Forester store pick single barrel, almost 130 proof, 129.3. I've had these before, the store picks, just outstanding. So great bottle, great find, and I'm gonna enjoy this one. Almost 130 proof, so gotta love that. Found this. Not necessarily sure how special it is. Maybe it is. William Harrison, W.H. McBrayer, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Comes in a nice box. Actually found this online. Went down a rabbit hole, which could be dangerous, trying to find bourbons. Normally when I do buy bourbons online, it's just stuff that I can't get here. There's no distribution, or the distillery sells them online, for lack of better understanding on how that works. So I do pick up some bottles online. This happened to be one of them, and I just thought it was interesting. Don't know much about it. It came in a nice box presentation. It's 106 proof. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Bottled by McBrayer Legacy Spirits, Bardstown. So interesting. So I guess it pays a homage to W.H. McBrayer. So kind of thought that was neat. So wasn't horribly expensive either. Comes in a nice little case, nice presentation piece. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I found a Caribou Crossing. Now, it's not bourbon, it's Canadian whiskey. It is a Sazerac product. And I don't know what the difference between a caribou and a moose, but I guess Caribou Crossing sounds more like a whiskey than Moose Crossing, because Moose Crossing I would think sounds like ice cream. So kind of resembles a Blanton's presentation. So you got the caribou on top. It's a single barrel, Sazerac product. So really cool. So we got the Caribou Crossing single barrel. I don't think it's a high proof. Yeah, 40%, 80 proof. So it's on the weaker side. What is it? Blanton's 93 is the single barrel. So Caribou Crossing, and it's made in Canada. So I wanted to get it before the tariffs kick in. Got it at MSRP, God bless. Because, yeah, price of Canadian whiskey, if you like Canadian whiskey or Scotch, is probably going to go up in price. So Caribou Crossing at MSRP, winner. So let's put that off to the side. So Raconteur Rye. I became aware of this bottle by the guys at, SLB. They had raved about this. They shared a link in their video. I tried to get the bottle, it was sold out. Got put on a mailing list or email list, and when the bottle became available, you can purchase it. I was at work, email came through, logged on real quick, and said small supply available, or whatever the verbiage was, and or limited supply. I grabbed 2 bottles, one as a backup, and then I would say 20 minutes later, sold out. So secrets out on Raconteur Rye. It's a barrel proof. I heard great things. It's finished rye whiskey in Mizunara casks, which are the Japanese oak, very expensive casks apparently to obtain. So Raconteur, so very neat find. So we're coming down to this home stretch. Earlier in the video I had mentioned that my bourbon haul for March would be a complete failure if I didn't find at least one of 3 certain bottles. And so got out of work, had a bad day, it was a tough day. And got some words of encouragement from fellow employees. It'll get better, which is great. Really appreciate that. And so decided, we'll make some rounds on the way home. Went a little out of my way, but it's kind of like a honey hole that I go to. And walk in, look behind the glass, like where the counter is, and my eyes lit up like a jackpot. And there's 2 people in line in front of me, and I get right in line to the cashier that's cashing these guys out. So one guy was buying Modelo, which is, if you like beer, great. So I'm like, okay, this dude's not getting it, because there's only one behind the counter, and the other guy, the second guy, the guy in front of me, I was the 3rd in line, he was getting something that you drink out of a paper bag. So I'm like, he's definitely not getting that. And then a couple of dudes that walked in behind me were scouting out the same section that I was, a couple of bourbon hunters. And I'm like, to the cashier, can I get, where are you? The Jack Daniel's 12. Finally, I've been hunting all month for this. It came out earlier in the month. People were posting stuff online. They found it. They found 14s. Would I have liked to find a 14? Sure. Am I disappointed that I didn't find a 14? A little bit. But to find the 12, I was thrilled. So this bottle, I made the video because if I couldn't show you guys the Jack Daniels, I would have been really down on myself, and I still would have hunted in April. But I talked to a couple of liquor store people, and they said as soon as these dropped, they were pretty much gone, like in 20 minutes. So, and there weren't a lot of them. So I got the Jack Daniel's 12. But on the same night, I'm like, all right, got some good luck, and you know what? Let's try another place. Pardon me. And just right down the street from the house, behind the glass where they keep the rare whiskeys, Jack Daniel's 10. So picked that up. So really fortunate. I mean, I'm thrilled to death. 10, 12, outstanding. So just thrilled. Let me get a sip here and dry throat. So once again, if I found the 14, great. I got the vertical, but this is okay. This is really, I'm thrilled to death. And just to finish out the video, it looks like I hit the mother load at one of the places I visit, along with these. I mean, if I didn't find these bottles that I'm going to show you next, and just ended the month with these. Great month, great bourbon hunting month. But these came as a bundle. It's the Michter's Toasted Barrel Finish and the Michter's Small Batch. I don't feel bad getting the small batch because it's a terrific bourbon. So this is the Toasted Barrel. Don't see these very often. I think during the holidays I picked up a Toasted and haven't seen it since. But wait, there's more. Found a 10-year rye. So bundled with a small batch. So actually, what did I pay for this? I think that I've seen these like being sold, like if you're lucky you find them for $1.99. I paid $1.20, and I was just thrilled to death. So that's the Michter's 10-year rye with a small batch. 10-year rye, absolutely amazing. I heard great things about it. One of the best ryes and one of the better distillers out there, Michter's. So big fan of theirs. Went to go visit their distillery in downtown Louisville. Took the tour. Lots of fun. So if you ever get a chance, yeah, make sure you guys do that. So that's the March Madness. Pretty insane bourbon hunt. So really fortunate. Trying to be more picky on my bottles. There may be some that are like super available in your area, not so much in mine. But and here we go. Just outstanding bourbon hunt. And these two bottles really made the month. Even though this is outstanding. I mean, I never run across a 10-year rye either. So actually, let's do 1, 2, 3 bottles, and the Raconteur also. So pretty cool. So thank you for watching the March Madness Bourbon Hunt. I'm Road Trip Pete. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Really enjoy your viewership, and happy bourbon hunting. We'll see you on the next video. Have a great night, great day, be safe, and happy hunting. Road Trip Pete, over and out.